episode where we finish Bad Batch, the Bad Batch Shuttle, bag number 7. It's all that's left, and it's really a really amazing build. Just a great build, this shuttle, as some have already noted. Like, it's just a really fun build, a great looking set, and this is one set where the box art, I mean, unless you really know about this episode or this show and you really like Clone Wars and of course this special group from that series, the Bad Batch, the picture and everything doesn't seem that interesting to me, like, you know, fair weather Star Wars fan enthusiast or whatever. But you get this set and you start building it, and oh my goodness, it's 10 times better than what the box art could make you think or put the impression on you. So I'm just putting the minifigures on here and, you know, saying or emphasizing even more how cool this set is, and the minifigures themselves, and the Gonk droid, of course. We'll get this guy front and center here, or front billing anyways. And yeah, so the box art is one thing, but yeah, building the set makes you really appreciate the build and the minifigures. It's such a great set. My favorite guy right there is Tech, and I like the green. I like the contrast of that color on his speeder, and then of course his armor, or I don't know what you call it. I guess his clone armor and everything, or just gear outfit, is a lot different, very unique. So yeah, if you're looking for like a Star Wars set that has that alternative look, it's pretty sweet. I don't know, there's Star Wars builds, and there's obviously Star Wars is a great concept, great design, great product, just a great story and canon lore behind it, despite what Disney had done. But overall though, this is one of those, like, what would you call it, counterculture versions of Star Wars or something, where these characters are just so unique. So love the build, love the set, and bag 7 it is ready to be built and finished. Let's go Bad Batch, says John Powell. Thanks, John Powell, for being here right away and giving me the pinned comment. I'll make sure I do that. I don't remember if I did that yesterday, so thank you. Please like and subscribe. So as you find this channel and you like Lego, you like talking about Lego, you like building Lego, you like building Lego Star Wars, if you were just checking out this channel right now, if you're familiar with the Clone Wars and the Bad Batch, this is a really fun build. Stick with me for a little bit and just see if you like this set as well as I show the last part of it. I'm gonna finish this set and have these amazing minifigures kind of go on display here in a minute. So really appreciate you being here, giving me a moment of your time, however long that is, a few minutes hopefully, and you'll see our Brick Therapy logo guy somewhere on your screen probably. Leave a like and subscribe, especially if you're one of the Lego community out there that hasn't found this channel yet, and now you are here, and I just say thank you for being here. We got Jax the Gamer here. Hello Jax, thanks for saying hello and being here, appreciate that. I sub, thank you sir. Well, welcome to the channel, and I think you picked a good one to watch and join in on the discussion. We've been talking a lot about different aspects of Lego collections, the Lego sets that are retiring this year, which to me is kind of sad. I mean, there's some really impressive sets that have been out for a few years, or maybe less, and I would love to add to my collection, but you know, the budget can only go so far. So we've been talking a lot about that. We've been talking about nostalgia shows that kind of remind us of something that gets related to Lego Star Wars, and then we just take that conversation wherever it goes and really enjoy the time and company that you guys provide in the chat with talking about all things family friendly, of course. Could be pop culture as well related. When I say pop culture, things that, you know, just relate to our growing up, childhood type of shows, experiences, movies, toys, and of course Lego. So come full circle there. So welcome, Jax the Gamer. What a cool name that is. Welcome, Duck. Is that Duck Vo? Duck Vo, welcome. I hope I'm saying that right. It looks like a D. Let me just double check. It looks like a DUC, but I know there's different accents on there, so I'll give you the American pronunciation. So Duck Vo, welcome. Double high fives to you guys. That's our way of welcoming people in to our channel here. So yeah, please like and subscribe. And if you like Lego, also just list, please feel free to write in the chat, what sets do you have, or what Lego sets have you collected over the years, and what are some of your favorite sets, what have been most challenging sets. And I'm gonna finish this set. This is also a challenging set, bag 7. This has been quite a fun build. Let me just show the parts I've enjoyed the most. Like when you get into the shuttle, this has been like this was bag 5 and 6 right here. These pieces and the wing connections, the wings themselves, everything here, everything you'd enjoy as a Lego builder. You know, a little bit complex, a little bit challenging with, you know, balancing everything and making sure these pin connections go into the wings. And then of course you have symmetry here with the wings of the shuttle, and they can fold up. And then the color of the bricks themselves, I really like that sand gray or bluish gray color. However you want to describe that. Yesterday finished the propulsion looking jets here. You know, it's Star Wars technology from a galaxy far, far away. So I'm sure there's some other physics to it. But yes, there we go for the ship. So let me open bag 7. If you are a Lego collector and Lego builder, you're getting back into Lego as a grown-up. I got back into Lego with my kids and basically took over and really enjoyed building. So, oh, good question. Duck says, what makes you like Lego? So I would say part of it is something that stems from childhood. You know, the part about building something is always fun. You know, this is definitely something a little more advanced even as a kid. You know, once you start building with Lego bricks, you know, you have these studs, these pin pieces, you know, that stick out. And, you know, once you can build with those and all the pieces stick together versus building blocks when you're really young, you get a more advanced kind of build. And then you put all these pieces together and you get something like a ship coming together. That's just fun. So as a kid, I had a Lego castle set. I had a couple of those. I had Lego space sets, and they were really fun sets. And then of course you outgrow it for a little while. I can't really say outgrow it, but you take a break. You get more interested in whatever it is when you're growing up. And then when you have your own family, my kids obviously like Lego when they're really young, and still do, but of course they have their own interests. But I got back into Lego with my kids, and that was about, let's see, 8 years ago. Wow, 2018. And so I had not really paid attention to Lego for a long time, you know. I had Lego sets from the 80s, 1980s, and then I hadn't really paid attention to Lego all the way until my own kids had a couple Lego sets given to them, you know, for a gift, birthday or Christmas, and I helped them build a couple of their sets a few times and thought it was fun, but didn't really think anything of it. And then just one day I helped my son build a Lego set as he was starting his summer break, and I said, oh, that's fun, let's actually look for a new Lego set and buy one and build it. And that just sparked an interest in me. I, you know, got out the instruction booklet and, you know, started looking through the pages and going, oh, I remember how fun it was as a kid to, you know, follow the instructions and build a Lego set. And yeah, there's just something about that whole process. And then seeing, you know, sets like this, way more detailed, advanced, fancy, designed than what I remember as a kid. And so I was pretty much hooked at that point. I thought, I want to get into this, and I bought a couple sets, and then I got my first giant Lego set, the Ninjago City modular, and Lego had just done a movie. They had done the Lego movie. I can't remember which one came out first. I'm assuming the Lego movie came out first, and then they did a Lego Ninjago movie that came out, and that set was just amazing. So I got that set, and gosh, 3,000 or 4,000 pieces, and I couldn't believe how big Lego sets had gotten, especially Star Wars sets. So yeah, once you get one of those and then you see how fun it is, so many cool things to look at. And then if you look at the Lego website today, it's prolific. There are so many amazing designs and sets. So yeah, good question, Duck. Hopefully you got an idea of why I like Lego. Blue Orange Cherry, welcome, welcome. You say nice set. Well, thank you. I agree. I have several. You can see behind me. I have several sets in our collection. Star Wars happens to be the focal point today, but probably one of the most impressive sets is when you get some of these buildings like the Daily Bugle there, or the Sanctum Sanctorum, or just a Lego building. You got the Avengers Tower. You can really build up your collection very quickly if you're not careful. Well, I shouldn't say quickly, if you have the budget. So otherwise, be responsible. But yeah, it's a fun hobby, diversion, activity, you name it. And that's another reason why I like it. So good question, Doug. Which Lego set is the most difficult you've ever done? That is also a good question. I don't know if I've had a set where I've had to, I don't know, give up and come back and try and build it again. That would be the most difficult. I haven't had a Lego set where it's been so challenging that I just couldn't figure out what to do. But in terms of just the amount of pieces and design and patience and everything, in terms of taking a while to build, I would say maybe, if you're familiar with Lego sets, there's been a set called the Hogwarts Castle, and probably this past summer we built Rivendell and the Barad-dûr, the Lord of the Rings themed sets. They weren't super difficult, but they were just very detail oriented, and it just took a while. So I would say probably if I were to get a UCS Millennium Falcon, I would assume that would be probably the most difficult. I've built the midi scale ship, and I built the other Millennium Falcon models, but I think those panel pieces that they have that go on the top of that might be probably one of the most difficult sets. I haven't built it yet, but I'm just assuming. Are you feeling better? Hey, Mrs. Brick Together. Psh, I am. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I had to take a day or two off, and so I did not do a live stream. So I was kind of bummed. I wanted to, but my voice, I didn't really have much of a voice, and just sinuses just didn't feel good. So anyway, feeling better, and thank you for asking. Good to see you guys here. And if you're watching and you've been watching the chat in the background for a little bit, or just checking things out, and you're like, I like Lego, maybe I'll watch this live stream for a little bit, please leave a like and subscribe and say hello in the chat. And as Duck has engaged in this chat today, yeah, ask about Lego or questions for you guys. Tell me what Lego sets you have collected. What are some Lego sets that you've had the most difficulty with? That is a really good question, Duck. People have asked me that before, and then I started to really think about it. When you asked me, I thought, I think if there was a set that was really super difficult, it'd be something like you had to step away from it. You just could not, a math problem or something, where you had to all right, I can't think about it, and I'll come back to it, and my mind will clear, and then I can start building it again. That would be a set. I haven't encountered a Lego set like that yet. Yes, there's challenges to, even with this set here, it took me a while to figure out some of the pieces here. I had to backtrack because I skipped something, or I didn't line up the wings, which thankfully John Powell pointed out. And then when I put on the second wing, it was backwards, or like, I think I put it like one section behind. I don't know what I did, but it definitely looked off, and then I reconnected it. So there are those challenges do come up. We got Mrs. Brick Together. We got Brick Together with the high fives. Love it. Good to see you guys. I saw that you live streamed earlier, and good to see you guys. Did you finish the newsstand? John's building a newsstand. Very cool. I'd love to stay, but 4:30 comes awfully early. Oh my gosh, I've smashed the like. Have a good night. Thank you, Miss Brick Together. Love the comments. Love to see you guys here. Godzilla fan for life. Welcome. Saying hello. R2D2 collector series was frustrating for us. Oh, I think you're the guys. It was your channel, Brick Together, that made me reconsider getting that build. Is that the one that's out currently? Yeah, there's something about that one that you guys said was like, something didn't go right, and you had to restart or put it on pause. That's right. Yeah, so I would say if there was a difficult set, like when I think difficult, meaning like I can't get past a certain point in the instructions, something is not working, it would probably be a Star Wars set or a Technic set. I have not built a large Technic set. They have a lot of those car models that are good size, probably, you know, like, and the size is probably like the width or length of this shuttle here, that I think would probably be super challenging. But I have not. That'll be I'll have to get at least one of those. I saw a Porsche one that came out this year, a green Porsche. What was it? I'll have to look it up now that I'm mentioning that. But I think a Technic set would probably be in the range of difficult. Then again, the thing with Technic sets is that is a newer form of Lego. Of course it's Lego. To me, it's kind of like Bionicle. Like it is made by Lego. It does have Lego brand and everything, but the pieces are different from your traditional brick sets. So I would say maybe if I was to stick with a Lego set, I would still have to go with Star Wars. Now that I'm thinking that. But yeah, the Porsche 911 GT3, a green vehicle. It looks really cool. I would think maybe, you know, that might be a set. If I was to just say any Lego brand set, this might be a hard one to build, but I haven't built one of these type of sets before. So maybe it would be, I don't know, challenging, but fun. It says 11 plus age, you know, age range to start building a set like that. So maybe it's okay. John Powell says not yet, probably 3/4 of the way through with the, what was it? The newsstand. Godzilla says, hey Lego Dad, I have changed my profile pic, so I like it. Awesome, Godzilla fan. I can't see it exactly here in the small screen, but I'll take your word for it. Lots of laughs, Godzilla. Our friend Odele calls moments of magic Dad. Says Brick Together, let's go. And, whoops. Building up this set, I was like, oh, I gotta put the minifigures on a, dare I say it, on an alt brick platform. Oh my gosh, these studs don't say Lego on them, but you know, I'm gonna use it anyway. I'm gonna be a rebel since this is the Bad Batch, and show off these minifigs just one more time. They look so cool. And you got the Gonk droid in the front. You know what, the Gonk droid's leading the way. I would say Tech, he's my favorite minifig though. I was saying he looks like a G.I. Joe kind of figure, or he reminds me of a G.I. Joe kind of figure, so I like that guy. It's Star Wars, but it's definitely Star Wars with a totally different theme and look to it. And so if I didn't know what Star Wars was at all, just like someone who maybe saw one of the movies and it didn't have the Star Wars logo on the box, I would go, oh, it's a cool Lego space set. No idea what that is. So that's how unique I think this Bad Batch set looks. And super fun build so far. Well, all the way, because I'm already on bag 7. This is the last bag of this set. And maybe the only frustration I've had with it at times are, yeah, just getting some of the pieces, finding some of the pieces, since there's so much gray and light gray and bluish gray and pieces that kind of blend in when you open a bag. And it's not really the Lego fault itself. It's just I keep using dark surfaces to put dark pieces on, and it slows down the build process. And I just had this piece in my hand and now I can't find it. So, but otherwise, that's really not an issue with the set. And just the challenges, even the challenges though. This was the mantra for this series of live streams for the Bad Batch set was what John Powell said, which was trust the process. And you know, yeah, I know, guys, don't clutch you're clutching your pearls. I know it's not a Lego. This is not a Lego plate. So, you know what? I'm gonna take a risk. You gotta take risks in life and just see what happens. So that's what I'm doing right here. Taking a risk. You know, fine, you know, dislike me if you want to, but I'm gonna do it. So, yes, I am a rebel today. I'm part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Brick together. Cracking myself up. Duck says, do you have a fixed live stream schedule? I want to watch your live stream every week. Oh, I love that, Duck. I do. I pretty much live stream at this time every weekday. Unless my schedule changes completely. So I have my kids and lots of family stuff. So I try to live stream when kind of the day is slowing down to very quiet time. And my older son works, and so that keeps me awake later so I can hang out with him when he gets home or just say hi to him. So he works late. And so this kind of works out to be the time where I can build and do the live stream and yeah, not miss out on family time. So 9:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And depending on where you are in the world, it actually works out. So we got we get a few people who, join the live stream from, way out in the Pacific, like in Australia, and parts of Europe and everywhere in Asia. And so yeah, Duck, if you're out that way, or if you're on the West Coast like me, then yeah, the timing works out. You guys that are on the East Coast, I just appreciate you guys because you obviously stay up late to say hello, and it's really cool. I appreciate it. Ducky starts at 10:45 Mountain Standard Time most nights. There you go. So 9:45 p.m. Pacific if you're on the West Coast, and then oh my gosh, I'm like, I can't find this piece. It was like there's a ton of pieces like this, and I just don't know why I thought I wasn't gonna find it. Anyway, I found that sometimes you can't find a piece so simple like this, and I found it. So there you go. Yeah, 9:45 p.m. Pacific time. And I think it'll stay that way. I was kind of live streaming unpredictably. I would try to live stream every day, but it was hard to give advance notice and say, I'm gonna live stream every day at, I don't know, 2 in the afternoon, 1400 hours, or whatever clock you go by. And now this has worked. It's been pretty standard. So I'm just appreciative that you guys can join me. So yeah, John Powell especially, yeah, a little late here on the East Coast, exactly. But then I have fun with that because I will live stream at this time. Sometimes I'll call it the Night Owls live stream. So those of you that just like to hang out for a while and talk Lego and just, yeah, you stay up till the wee hours. And what better than to have a conversation about Lego brick building, anything family friendly, good chat, good healthy conversation, then it's it's fun at this time. And I know some people can't, it's crazy time for them, but I appreciate it that those can join. All right, I am lost again, trying to find a triangular piece, and this one is hiding from me. So I'm gonna take off some of these plates and find it. And for some people who build Lego, you will find there's several simple setup things you can do to avoid what I'm doing here, and that is to sort everything by shape, size, color, or whatever, so that it's easier to find pieces. And that probably would make sense before doing a live stream, but I'm on the last bag of this set, and I didn't think it would be a big deal to just dump everything on this plate. Oh, there it is. See, this is like a needle in a haystack though, because this is a gray piece. There's only one of them in the bag, and it's like a little pyramid piece. What would you call this? Would you call this like an angular slope? I don't know. Looks like a pyramid though from that angle. Anyway, I couldn't find it, so there it is. Just got it. There is some patience to Lego building. There is some patience. Brick Together says 12:45 a.m. for you, right, John? John Powell says, yep. 12:45 a.m. on the East Coast. It's 1:08 a.m. right now. John Powell already getting into the weekend here on this, for me, Thursday evening, but his already Friday. So, and I don't know about you guys in the other parts of the country, we have had like an Indian summer. It's been like 100 degrees, 90 to 100 degrees all week here. And it was, I mean, I know I'm on the West Coast, so we don't really have extreme winter weather, but my goodness, it was a preview to summer already. It gets hot where we are in general in the summer because we're pretty close to the lowlands of the mountains, and then I don't know, 40 minutes from here it's desert. But usually it stays pretty cool all the way through spring, but man, it's getting hot. Brick Together, I know you have taken, Brick Therapy. Oh yeah, Brick Together, I'm reading your name, I'm thinking your name. Brick Therapy, I know you've taken several trips to Spain, if I'm not mistaken. You are correct. We lived there. We lived there for almost 10 years. Did you see the leak for the 12,060 piece Sagrada Familia? I did not. Oh, are you serious? They're gonna make a Lego set for the Sagrada Familia, or oh my goodness. That actually sounds like the most reasonable for that many pieces as well. And that, if that design is, wow, $600 for 12,060. Oh, that is so cool, Brick Together. I did not. Thank you for telling me. Brick Therapy, it's always the weekend for me. I'm retired. Let's go. Living the dream, John Powell. Yeah, it's a new architecture set coming soon. That's so cool. Because yesterday I was talking with John Powell and Tommy Bricks and, I forget. There was someone else in the conversation, but we're talking about the Titanic retiring. There has to be some other cool like Lego set that needs to take its place. Some kind of, iconic, like real life structure in the world. And I was thinking like vehicles or something, like the Titanic was an ocean liner. And then we talked about the Spruce Goose. And then now that you say this, that is awesome. I need to look that up. Yes, Brick Together. I have been there. I've been to that actual cathedral maybe like 5 times. Like I went with my brother back in 2019, and we did like the full tour of the inside. It's an amazing looking build. So it's designed by Gaudi. And he was a pretty famous, he's kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't think of the guy, Frank Lloyd Wright. He's kind of like a Spanish Frank Lloyd Wright. So he kind of built and designed things in a very unique and kind of alternative way. So yeah, he designed that cathedral, and they started building that. I think they broke ground probably at the end of the 1800s, and it was I think they just finished putting the last tower piece like 2 weeks ago. So and when we visited it, there's been scaffolding around that thing for the last 100 years or so. It's like, when are they going to finish this thing? And it's so hard to tell that church gets, watching that church be put together, because you can't tell like anything really, because it's sort of like a 500-year-old, or no, 700 or 800-year-old Gothic cathedral, but then there's parts of it that are really modern looking for his time period. And then the inside is really, he did so many like different colors of glass, stained glass windows. When you go inside, it has like this bright color. Parts of it look like you're walking through the inside of a whale, like, from Pinocchio, when he's inside the whale and you see those like giant rib cage bones, like arches. So you can tell he was influenced by kind of animal shapes, I guess you could say. And he's designed some other houses. So if you go to Barcelona, Spain, which is like the northeastern central coast of Spain, that's where that is. And it's such a cool structure. I've flown into that airport during the day once, and you can see as the plane approaches, you're coming in on the approach, you can see the church, the cathedral to your right, and it's just towers over everything around it. Oh, such a cool structure. I didn't like it at first. When I first saw it, I'm like, this is too, it just seems like this eccentric architect's trying to, do something that was not traditional, and he's trying to, it's in your face. But then the more and more, or the longer we lived there, and the few times we visited up there, because we didn't live in that part of Spain, but we visited up there enough that it got, it grew with age, and so, the appeal grew with age, and so it's a really cool build. Brick Together, let's go. Thank you for telling me about that. I wonder, it must have been in conjunction with, or related to the timing of it being finished, because that was like big news a couple weeks ago, or in Spain. I don't know if it was really big news outside of Spain for other people who are aware of things in the world, but yeah, that's really amazing, the timing. I need to see that. Are the leaked photos easy to find? Let me see. That is so cool. Let me see if I can find so let's see, 12,000 piece Lego architecture Sagrada Familia. The new largest Lego set. Oh, they just have pictures of it, but not, I don't know if they have any like Lego looking concept art for it. Yeah. Wow. Set number 21065, the Sagrada Familia architecture set, over 12,000 pieces. That totally meshes with the real building itself, that it would be that many pieces and everything. So, oh, I can't wait. That'll be so fun to see. I was talking about it in several live streams, like, I don't know, I'm not really inspired by anything these days from what Lego's releasing. And I mean, yeah, I've been wanting to get a UCS set, and then talking with you guys over the last couple live streams, I think I'm gonna change my mind on that altogether. Sorry, Star Wars and Millennium Falcon fans, but I just think I want to get that Titanic set. I don't know if any of you guys have built that set, but it just looks so cool. And Tommy Bricks was saying yesterday he's gonna get the Venator, which also is an impressive one. But yeah, the Titanic set, I think that would be one. That would be a keeper. And then the Sagrada Familia set, when I looked it up, it showed the Lego Roman Colosseum that came out probably when did that thing get released? Like 2019 or so? Everything's like 2018, 2019, but then that got retired a few years back. So yeah, that Sagrada Familia, that will be so cool. Brick Together, let's go. Let's see, RMB says, hey, BrickTherapy23, I was just wondering if you've seen the post I made. I did, yeah, your Marvel collection, I did. I really love for you to check it out. Brick Together says, oh, I can only imagine the stained glass windows. Yes, if you've ever been to, what would we have in the US? We have the National Cathedral in Washington, DC. more of a, it's totally a Gothic cathedral though. It won't have that same, like Sagrada Familia has the, you can tell there's like a connection to older cathedrals, that older design. But yeah, the stained glass window, like even a small church, when you see light come through a stained glass window on a like nice, I don't know, where the sun just like after, especially after the rain, where sun rays are more, I don't know, focused or whatever, and it goes through. Oh man, the way the light and it reflects with all these like blue, greens, and reds and oranges. And from what I remember in the Sagrada Familia, there's different sections where the windows are all like orange or green or blue. It all kind of alternates the color on the inside. Very impressive building. Like I said, I was kind of thrown off at first when I saw it, and then, yeah, I appreciated that design and everything a lot more when I visited it. Gosh, it was already a long time ago. My kids were small when we went there. So yeah, very cool place. Let's see. Welcome. Clever name there. I'll just say Wong. How you doing, Wong? Welcome. John Powell says, I've been to Costa Brava back in 1985. Oh, well done, John Powell. So you've been to the coast, one of the coasts of Spain. Yes. There's the Costa del Sol in the south, the Costa Brava on the, yeah, I think that's the Mediterranean side or the East Coast side. And then, of course, there's the northern coast, which is Spain's pilgrimage route. The, oh gosh, why am I not? I can't even think of it. But the Camino Santiago, that's it. But yeah, there's lots of different, and that trail ends at a cathedral in Santiago. But yeah, the Sagrada Familia. Let's go, Brick Together. Awesome. Thanks for remembering that. I was going to say, I bet it's because they just finished it after you said that. Yes. Yeah, no actual leaked photos of the set, says Brick Together. Brick Together says, sorry, Star Wars. No, I know, just got to, I don't know, the Star Wars collection, I don't know, it's probably a little bit of a reaction to kind of what's happened with Lego Star Wars in general, the way they've upped their prices, you know, for, I don't know if they've really given a reason. But you know, when you see the older battle pack for $29, which is already a pretty, you know, it's really $30, and then they raise it $15, like, I don't know, less than a year later for a similar battle pack, and then those sets that came out in the summer, just overpriced and some not so great builds. It's not the fault of the UCS sets, of course, but it just kind of, I don't know, maybe changed or ruined my wanting to get a UCS. Plus the price. I mean, I've never paid, and I've bought some expensive Lego sets, but the Star Wars UCS sets, like the big ones that I really like, so you know, you don't have to buy those. But the ones I really like, it's like $800, $850 for the Millennium Falcon. And then the UCS Death Star one is like almost, well, it's $1,000. I'm like, that's, I don't know. Just even for me being a Lego collector and, you know, talking with you guys and seeing how many cool sets there are, it's just, I can't do it. But the Titanic, that would be the most expensive Lego set. If I get it, that'd be the most expensive Lego set I've ever purchased. The Rivendell set, I think, was the most expensive set I've ever gotten. So that would, yeah, it is. I think Rivendell was, because that was like over $500. So yeah, the Titanic though, and now the Sagrada Familia. Oh my goodness, the Minas Tirith that's coming out in this June. I think you guys said that. Haven't seen any more info about that one, or I haven't looked. So yeah, lots of interesting stuff. Justin's here. Welcome, Justin. Not Emerald's here. Not Emerald looking for Ninjago. No way, man. We're talking about architecture. Sorry, Not Emerald. We'll talk about Lego, though. You could tell us about Ninjago. There's nothing really new from Ninjago. I mean, it's been like, 2 months, man. What are we gonna do? Or a month and a half. R&B says, can you take a look at the post real quick? It would mean everything to my, oh my gosh, what pressure. I will get to it, R&B, I will get to it. Yours truly is back at the chat, says Not Emerald. I will try to attend more live streams. Not Emerald, whatever you can fit in, love it. Brick Together says, the UCS ATST is only $200. I think I might have to go down to that level. That one I've seen at Costco too, as a combo. I think it's that one. With it was like with some random Star Wars set. I can't think of what it is now. John Powell says Lego just announced their profits went up again. Dude, they need to chill out then. I mean, those smart bricks and everything, and they put out some more of the Lego Crocs. I mean, I guess they can. I am not knocking them for being successful. That's great, but not impressed by just the arbitrary pricing of things. That's the problem. Made of Money says, Not Emerald. Brick Together says, I think we might try to get the Minas Tirith. Yeah, that one sounds, it looks from the one photo leak that came, or video leak I should say, that came out, Brick Together, that when I first saw the picture of it, I'm like, it doesn't seem, I mean, it looks good, but it doesn't seem like amazingly good. But then some better version of that video came out. It looks like a really good set. And the way the design is with the, getting that kind of white looking marble look to it, or just stone look to it. And I love at least from what I saw, I love the look of that the Hall of Kings. Is that what it's called? The way they showed it in the movie, and then the way the set looks kind of similar to that. That's going to be a really good design. And then I don't remember what I guess if you guys know, what is the minifig count on that, or what minifigs are going to come with that? I assume like a King Aragorn. So Lego's definitely hitting all cylinders when it comes to sets like that. The Sagrada Familia one's gonna be one to look out for, since there's no leaked images of that. That will be interesting. If that Sagrada Familia is on the size or similarity of size of that Roman Colosseum, that will be amazing. 12,000 pieces though, that's gonna be, I don't remember. I think the world map has the most, and considered the biggest Lego set, but it's really just because of piece count. That has to be up there. That has to be close to like one of the biggest, or I guess if it's just piece count, one of the biggest Lego sets. I think that world map, what was that one? Was that over 12,000? Maybe it was 14,000. I guess I could look it up, but yeah, that's gonna be impressive. Let's see, Justin Morrison says, Jabba sail barge arrived. Oh, that's another one. What did you say? I walked 30 minutes uphill with a 17-pound box. I was waiting. No phone call. I worry about Rivendell this month, says Justin. Justin's got all kinds of things going on there. Let's see. Not Emerald says, not surprised after I paid $60 for my Ninjago character display. $60? Not Emerald. Was that US dollars? I didn't think it was that. Was it? I thought it was more like a $40 set, but I guess it depends. Is that Canadian prices? Brick Together says, at least the V2 of the Lego Crocs is a wearable shoe. Yeah, I noticed that. The newer ones look like more like the Crocs you would buy that you can put like little, I don't know what you call them, like little pin snapping pieces like they've had for Crocs in general, since they have all those like air holes. Jabba's sail barge, yes. Emerald, I picked that one up also, says Brick Together. Brick Together, was that the one? I know you mentioned a while ago, it was like in one of your live streams, you got one, you bought something from a private seller. Was it that one? I forgot, you had mentioned you got a good deal with something recently. Not surprised if I have to pay $150 for the 4 weapons blacksmith after their profits go up. Crazy. John Powell says the sail barge is great. Love it, he says. Brick Together, it's the only second Ninjago set we have. We did the Stone Dragon Shrine also. Yeah, that was a good build. That was a good set to have. I was super pleased considering all the prices that I found that set, the Stone Shrine at Costco for like 45 bucks. Because that one, I think that one's pushing $100 regular price. And it's retired now, so probably even more now. Justin Morrison says, cab would be $20 when I shouldn't have to. Oh my goodness. The world map is only 11,000 something pieces. Okay, so maybe says Brick Together, maybe the Sagrada will have the most. Sorry to UPS, says Justin. Oh, okay, Canadian dollars, so $60 Canadian for the Ninjago display. I don't know if you did the equivalent, when you guys pay for Lego or really anything in Canada, does that include the sales tax? That was the one thing I liked when we lived in Spain. If you saw a Lego set, the price was already there. There wasn't another tax. Like the VAT was already part of it. And the cool part, it could have been, depending on the dollar exchange rate, it could be more expensive. But there were times when the dollar and the euro were like even or within 10 cents of each other. And so if you bought a Lego set here in the US, like the architecture or the one of the modulars, you'd say, $199 here, it would be 199, the number would be the same, 199 euros in Spain or in Europe. And that could end up being $20 to $30 cheaper because you've already paid the price and the VAT, the value added tax. And so that was it. So living over there, sometimes, quite often, I would find great price equivalents or even a discount if you had to do the math almost on it. Was kind of part of the fun of starting to collect Lego again when we lived over there, because I would do the price comparisons, do the exchange rate differences, add the American tax or sales tax, and then see if that was more or even less. And sometimes it would be like quite a difference, quite a price difference. Took advantage of that quite often. Brick Together says, Odelay is our buddy, and he's from Canada also. That's right. Odelay's been on this channel a few times. I haven't seen him lately. Oh no, we bought the upscaled baby astronaut from a reseller for like 35 bucks. Oh, that was a gift with purchase, wasn't it? The upscaled baby astronaut. Wasn't that the red one? I thought that was a gift with purchase. R&B says, with the topic of high Lego prices, when I got my wife into Lego was 75252. That one is high. The old sets, they are sealed because sets that are old are worth less than sealed. Lego is meant to be built. Yes, exactly. R&B, I agree. It is fun to hold on to a couple sets every once in a while if you haven't built, to see if the price appreciates even more. But I don't have any set I intend to just keep in the box. I know some people do that. And honestly, is Lego your retirement plan? I think you could probably have to do something else than Lego. Justin says, we have is it GST? Is that what it is called? 5%. Some provinces have a sales tax. Mine doesn't. Alberta. Oh, Alberta's a good one. You're in a good province there, Justin. Got a lot of friends up from the Alberta, Calgary area. Basically, they're from there. I don't know if we know many people that live there today, but yeah, because we met them in Spain. Brick Together says, yes, the red one it was a GWP. Yeah, that one I was, you know, anytime those upscale figures come out, I'm always tempted to get those. I like the one that's out now, the Octan one, the Octan guy, and now the Blue Astronaut. I think John Powell said he got that one. Born and raised in Calgary, says Justin. Justin, you'll have to tell me. How is that? I've always heard about, is it Calgary Stampede? I've heard that is a pretty fun, like, what is it, annual, I don't know, for lack of a better word, like a giant rodeo, like fair festival or something. I'm so curious. I've never visited Canada, and I can't really count going through the Toronto airport as visiting Canada. That's the only time I've set foot on Canadian soil, is changing airport or changing planes in Toronto. But it'd be pretty fun to, I don't know, it'd be so interesting, you know, because Canada and the US, they're obviously so close to each other, share a border, share a lot of similar pop culture things, share sports teams or sports leagues, and familiar just looks to things, but also very unique in the culture with the French influence up there. And, you know, you guys are part of the British Commonwealth. It'd be really interesting. Brick Together says, I'm just south, a little bit in Montana. Yeah, Brick Together, you guys, you're within driving distance, I would imagine. I mean, anybody in North America could, I guess, drive there theoretically, but you're a lot closer. Lego's life, says R&B. It sure can be. It's part of life. It's a good part of life. R&B says, I did want to say, I did go through, I got 3 sets boxed up, sitting in my storage, ready to be sent. Oh, fun, R&B. Thank you for wanting to do that. I'm getting close to the point where kind of my goal is, like, I know Brick Together, you guys have already reached this point. I noticed on, and I'm sure you guys are, well, this is kind of a fun feature. I don't know. Let's see. This must be, as I get back to the actual build here. I am building. I'm just loving the conversation. Oh, I'm building kind of this next corner section here. It seems like I'm nowhere near finishing, but this is bag 7. But I like how you have the jumper pin bricks here, and then this goes on this sideways to create some more paneling. So I'm at that point, I'm getting so close to where, you know, you get that first level of monetization with 3,000 watch hours. And the part I'm excited about is I noticed on your videos, Brick Together, you get that option where you can hype a video. And I thought, oh, I should look and see if that's on my videos, but it never comes up. And then I realized, or I looked and I'm like, oh, you have to be at the monetization level to get your videos hyped. So just another little hoop to jump through, but I'm looking forward to getting to that level. And then R&B, I can consider doing the PO box thing. But yeah, there's lots of things to do to invest in a channel. Justin says, yeah, Stampede is the, whoa, where did it go? Yeah, Stampede is the world's largest parade. Oh, wow, that is huge. I remember the Calgary Tower and the Edmonton Mall vaguely from when I was there as a little kid. You guys have, speaking of Lego, you guys have one of the biggest Lego stores up there. Is it in Edmonton? R&B says, I got a castle set for you and a Lego Movie 1 set, also an old SpongeBob set. How fun, R&B. How fun. Thank you for thinking of us. Justin says, come up. We're laid back. Stampede is a great time. Before, let's see, before me, about the American heritage. Lots of Americans in the summer. They're in the rodeos and chuck wagon races. Oh yeah, that's right. There's a lot of that. There's some cool competitions I wasn't even aware of, like those chuck wagon races. Those look pretty dangerous actually. $500,000 Oh, $500,000 winner pot if the way or from last year. Okay. I didn't realize you could hype your videos. Yeah, Brick Together, you didn't notice that. So if you go on, just look at your own video or look at, I would assume Little Bricks has it also. And I think it's only a feature, I think, for like, you know, the new up and coming channels. Let's say, you know, that's what we are. But if it's where the comments are, and then there's like AI ask about this video, but then there's another, if you slide to the right, it'll say hype, and it says hype this video, help them get noticed more, or something like that. So you can kind of help, if you're a subscriber and you really like the channel, like we like each other's channels, then you can hit the hype button, and then it'll say, I don't know, I guess it just says, that tells the algorithm to like show your videos out there more on YouTube, which is pretty sweet. So yeah, check it out, see if it's there. I know I've seen it with your guys's. Yep, Edmonton has a huge Lego store. It's 3 hours from me. Ah, okay, that's a little bit of a trek, but yeah, what was it? It was Brixie. He's the guy that is pretty, you know, in the Lego space, a pretty well-known Lego YouTuber. I think he's the one that I saw go to that Lego store. And I can't think of like American malls and shopping centers. I think the Mall of America, I don't even know if they have they must have a Lego store. I'm curious if they have a giant Lego store. The downtown Disney Lego store, I think in Orlando, Florida, is probably a good sized one. Haven't been to that one. But you know, if you're going to Florida, and there's got to be a lot more reasons to go to Florida than just go to a giant Lego store. But it'd be kind of cool to see some of those. And I had some friends that traveled to, some coworkers that traveled to or through London last spring, and they went to a Lego store there, and they had like the Big Ben tower, the Parliament Tower, or a Lego model of it all built up. That Lego store looked pretty impressive. So yeah, it's kind of fun to see what's all there. I'm sure New York City has a pretty cool looking one. A Lego store I would love to go to, and I'm sure it would still just seem like Lego, but I would love to go visit Japan and see, just go to Japan in general and visit Japan, but to visit a Lego store in Japan would be kind of fun. I think Lego stores have their own unique, like, exclusive sets too around the world. Somebody had said that. I don't know if it's true. When we were in Spain, they have Lego stores there. They're not 100% directly run by the Lego group. They're licensed to be Lego stores, but they look a little bit different. So if you see our video that I did 2 summers ago, we went to the Lego store in Spain, close to where we used to live, and so that was always a fun place to go with our kids and build build a minifigs there, and just, you know, not buy a big Lego set, but do a couple, like the 3 build a minifig kiosk. And over there, it's kind of fun because they charge, I don't know, this is the last few times I've been there. Maybe it's changed now, but they charge, here in the US, it's a $10 build a minifig kiosk. Over there, it's €7. So I don't know what the exchange rate is lately, but you know, obviously you could build a minifig, 3 minifigs over there. The same you could do here, but for a lot, or not a lot, but you know, a couple dollars less. And sometimes they would put a discount on that, you know, and be €6. So that was fun, going there with the kids and doing that, and just, you know, go to the Lego store, do a build, have a fun family excursion. Don't have to spend a lot of money. It was pretty sweet. Brick Together says, I remember that mall had a submarine in it, Justin. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it has, like, I think where that Lego store is, from what I remember the videos, there's like a giant pirate ship too. next to it. It looks like a Las Vegas resort kind of where all that is. R&B says, my wife is bugging me to ask you again to look at the Easter egg in the post. Justin says, my American family, we have a reunion every 4 years. How fun! BrickC is the only big YouTuber I still watch. I can't stand most of the other big channels. Yeah, I haven't watched his channel. I always loved his just going to shop. I loved him watching, or I love watching him go to the Lego store and like talk himself into spending like thousands of dollars. Like he'd go there and it's like, okay, I'm gonna get this set, gotta get this set, gotta get this set. All right, that's like $3,000. I don't know. That might be bad. Should I do it? And then he buys everything, and then he's like, oh, I just spent a lot of money on Lego. And it's like so funny to see him do it. Obviously, he's got his channel all well funded, and you know he's doing really well. He's successful with it, but it's funny to see his channel do that. It was like more fun watching that than him actually talk about Lego, because he does Lego reviews, but I don't really, not interested in his Lego reviews. I like Jane Bricks' Lego reviews. Yeah, and then the other big Lego channels I've seen, there's some out there that are like second tier, like they have, I don't know, I would guess 10,000 or maybe even way more, 50,000 subscribers or whatever. I've seen a few of those. There was one I liked for a little while. It was it's a father and son kind of combo, like what me and my son did, but obviously he had been doing it a lot longer. They were pretty good, but that you can tell there's just a little bit of an edge in some of these channels where they think they're all that, and so I'm like, move away from that. Well, maybe, hopefully I don't come across that way. I know you guys don't. John Powell says, Royal, you still watch my channel? It's pretty big. Brick Together says, just watched your collab earlier today, John. I need to get notifications for your channel, John Powell. I did not know that. Then we'll get you to the level of hyping your channel. That's what we're talking about. There's Tommy. Tommy, you remember our discussion yesterday about what could be another Lego set to replace the Titanic? Just some kind of Lego set that would be amazing and kind of fit that, what do you call it? Fit that, real life Lego set that could definitely impress people. And Brick Together said they're gonna do the Sagrada Familia. So if you're familiar with that, that's gonna be an amazing build. That's gonna be an amazing build. So it's a rumor, but it sounds like it's gonna be a reality. So that's so cool that is related to our discussion from yesterday. The Sagrada Familia. Not another ship, not another ark, or not another I don't know, vehicle of some sort, but definitely a cool structure, something iconic. A lot of people would know, I think, that building, so or that cathedral. I don't know. R&B, I'm looking, I don't see anything. I'm looking on the community page on my channel. I'll have to look when I'm offline or off the live stream and see, and then I'll give you guys a shout out, but I don't see anything on here. Tommy is here. Tommy says, as I said, I'm a Star Wars fan, but I would get the Titanic set. Yeah, did you get the Venator? Did it arrive? You mentioned that yesterday. I can't remember if you said it was arriving today or not. But yeah, the Titanic, and it was good to have your endorsement and John Powell's endorsement say, yeah, Titanic's a good choice. Oh, it was Alexandria. That's who we were talking with yesterday. I'm pretty sure it was Alexandria. So maybe she'll come on here and say hello too, as I slowly figure, oh, here we go. Figure out I think this is where the dorsal wing goes. And yes, it's going slowly but surely. The build is looking sweet. Got the Batch Shuttle. And just having a good conversation with all you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm already past the hour. That's crazy. Let me just get this here because I want to see a couple things, how they come together. And Tommy just got on the channel. No, I'm waiting for it to get put in the mall. Oh, I would get this set before it disappeared. Yeah, Tommy, it's on back order. I'm wondering if it's kind of done. Like if Lego, since it is retiring this year, if they're gonna even bother making more. Well, I guess they are making more, but it is on back order. I'm waiting for it to get put in the mall, says Tommy. Oh, so I thought so you're not having it shipped to you. I thought you were getting the Venator shipped to you. R&B says, it's a post we already posted. You said, yeah, I saw the Marvel collectible one. Is it that? And look at the board on the bookshelf. Okay, I'll have to look more closely. Tommy says, to me, the Titanic is a must-have just for historic value. It is definitely, there's some sets as a Lego collector, you know, when you have lots of Lego sets, right? And you know, you want to, it's not a requirement, of course. You can collect what you want. Then the Titanic is one of those sets you're like, this is just, yeah, you just appreciate a lot of certain things that the Lego group designs, and that is one of them that is just amazing. So I don't think that set's ever gone on sale. I guess the only thing I would wait for, unless it sells out, is the double points, insider points offer. If that comes out, that's the time to get that one. Gift with purchases, I don't know if I really care about those anymore. I've gotten a few of those, or quite a few actually, and I'm never inspired to build those things. I think I should just start selling the ones I have. But I don't. The only gift with purchases I really will obviously want to keep are ones that have come with, or a castle theme one. Got a couple of those. There was one that kind of looked like a Robin Hood set, which is a fun looking build. I haven't put any of those together because I want to, probably over the summer, that'll be the time to do that. Build the Lion Knights castle and build some of those gift with purchases that are castle related. But there's just been some gift with purchases that look cool, but it just adds to the backlog. Not a bad thing, just it adds to the backlog. Brick Together says the Titanic is pretty cool, but I'm not worried about trying to get it for our collection. Yeah, it's true, Brick Together. There's definitely so many things, so many sets to have. But I don't know. That was a set I was looking at with a friend of ours, actually at the Spain Lego store. And both of us were like, you could get anything on this wall here. It had all the architecture sets on there and everything, all the icon sets. And we both like, Titanic. Because we're not going to spend that money at the time. Yes, the Venator's being shipped to me. It's not in the mail yet. Okay, I think I read mall. Brick Together, you might want that cathedral now. The Sagrada Familia, yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Maybe it was a pirate ship. Haha. That's such a great trade. I can't wait. I will let everybody know when it arrives. Yes, Tommy Bricks, do so. R&B says, on the top of the bookshelf, there's a post board with a message that you will love. Ah, okay. All right, let me try it. Let me look. Yep, the same for Marvel. There's a few sets I want still. Yeah, Justin, the Marvel sets, those are ones I was so excited about when I got back into Lego and looking at Lego sets with my kids. And we got the Milano. My older son, when he was a lot younger, he got a really cool one. It was from the Guardians of the Galaxy. I think it was one of the first sets that came out. But yeah, there were some really good ones. Let's see here. Brick Together, where did it go? Maybe it's because, or R&B, where did it go? Is it under a different name, R&B? I know I saw it. Maybe it was easier probably to find on my phone. That's why I can't see it. There's Brickstorm. Oh, he posted something. Let me go by date. That's why. Tanner was going crazy, posting all kinds of stuff on here. All right. So at the top of the shelf. Okay, I only see one picture. It's got your movies. Oh, nice, R&B. Like and subscribe to BrickTherapy23. Oh, that's so fun. Thank you. It's kind of, I'll see if I can show it. R&B. Oh, there it is. So fun. Of course, it's backwards on the screen. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. Thank you, R&B. How fun is that? Yes, I found it under a different name. And then I just did recent posts. I should have done that. Just sort by date. And there it was. Justin says, I have around 20 birds and some other things posted on Facebook. Tommy Brick says, Foggy Moggy gave me his buddy's website for light kits, and I'm going to ask him about the Venator. Like the Guardianship 1 and 2, says Justin. Yeah, I've got the Milano one that came, I think it's the Milano. It's the orange ship that came out with Infinity Wars series of sets. I think it was Infinity Wars. But yeah, when we were getting the Marvel sets with my kids, we had to have Iron Man. We had to have, it was basically all the Infinity Wars series sets. We had to have the attack on, oh my gosh, what's the name of that? Black Panther's country, Wakanda. The Wakanda Fortress or whatever it was one, and they did a small one of the new Captain America, you know, where he had the beard and long hair and everything. So that's when we got several of the Marvel sets. Good fun, man. I loved that series. And then Endgame came. That was a pretty good one. I think Infinity Wars is one of the best ones. Actually, I loved all the Ant-Man movies too. As far as Lego sets go, I had to track down an older set that I missed because I wasn't into Lego yet, but they did the airport battle, the original airport battle set with the upscale build of Ant-Man, and that set was just a cool build. Nothing fancy about it, but yeah, some fun builds there. Bricky O Master, hey, Bricky O Master Lloyd, welcome. Thanks for being here. Doing well. Says, how are you? Hey Lloyd, says Brick Together. Bricky O Master knows Brick Together. How fun is that? Getting connected with more of the community here. And good to say hi to you guys all. Say hi to all you guys here. Like, whoa. Just popped off the panel piece. What in the world happened? Okay. I think that needs to go back. Oh, it does have a gap. Never mind. I want to use it then. Man, I was on a roll. Nothing went out of place, and then that happened. I don't even know. Sometimes you don't know when you're doing Lego. Of course, you guys never have a problem when you build. It's just me. I don't know how I popped off that side piece there, but okay. Lots of Lego bricks in this. If you're building this, you're like, what the heck? There's like over 100 pieces or more, and it's really thick. And what is going on here? What is this dorsal thing? It's obviously this right here, but it's just keeps on adding and adding. Just getting thicker and thicker, this build. This is where sometimes you're like, that's what I'm paying for. Just a bunch of pieces that are being buried within each other. Oh, this old lever piece is cool. Where did it go? Again. This actually reminds me, if I ever, oh my gosh, where is it? Oh wait, maybe I put it over here. There is an old Lego castle, what do you call it? Siege tower set that I have from the 1980s, and it has this type of piece, and I haven't seen it since, although this one's a little bit different because it has these two pieces that obviously connect, and then they kind of, obviously you have like a, whoops, you have a lever, I guess, but yeah, they can fold up and connect. But this is a piece that's broken on that old siege tower. So if I find this to be, this lifts up the top of the shuttle piece where you put in the minifigures. I was gonna say, if I don't need this, or oh, actually no, maybe I can order it now. If it was made for this set, then it's out again. I thought this was actually a piece that Lego didn't make anymore. I think it's a little bit different, but it's also something that Lego obviously brought back. So another cool thing about this Bad Batch build is that they have a piece that I haven't seen for a Lego set since the 1980s set I had as a kid. And so this is pretty cool. I'm dating myself, but whatever. That's why we like Lego. Briccio Master Lloyd says, I subbed. Psh, love it with the blue heart. Thank you. Love that, Bricky. Appreciate that. R&B says, my wife is building the Tower of Orthonk. Oh, awesome. She loves it. I don't know what it is. You know what it is, R&B. She thought you may know. Oh yeah, that's one of, if you saw my video, R&B, about 10 sets I wish I would have bought because I missed out on them. Like, that was 2013, I think that set came out. That is from the Lord of the Rings, the first series of Lord of the Rings sets. Yes, Brick Together says it's from the Lord of the Rings sets. Yeah, those are the ones that came out in the 2010s, teens range, but it was released or retired, gosh, like 11 years ago or something like that. I put the info in my 10 sets I missed video. Check it out. That was one of them. That and the Apocalypseburg were two sets I really wanted. Those were two of my top choices. Oh, Lord of the Rings. Okay, she loves those movies. Yes, they're good. Justin says there's a good audiobook on YouTube with sounds. Yes, there are some good audiobooks for that. Like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can get more Brick Therapy and awesome chat time with you guys. Lord of the Rings is great R&B. Yes. If you don't know, you have to give it a listen. I would say read The Hobbit first. You know, you want to do things right for the Lord of the Rings. You don't have to. I mean, you can pick up the story easy enough. But if you can, Lord of the Rings, get... you will love it if you read The Hobbit, which all those books I think were written. When were they written? The 50s? Like J.R.R. Tolkien is the author. But anyway, The Hobbit's like kind of the prequel, if you want to kind of consider that terminology, to the Fellowship of the Ring and the Lord of the Rings series. The backstory to the ring itself. All right, there we go. We got all right. What a cool build, man. I love this. Okay, now I appreciate all those Lego bricks and why it's so thick. But yeah, the Bad Batch Shuttle. I don't know if they all fit in this ship all back here, but it looks like they got at least room for two guys in the front there. So that's looking cool. This is actually one of the best Lego Star Wars sets I've built, experienced, own. Like, this is an amazing set. I think in terms of Star Wars ships, I don't know how people have reviewed it, but it is pretty sweet. Trying to see if I'm getting the right position. Some of these Lego bricks are so small and go in very specific places now. So again, this is a good build all around. It's got Star Wars. It's got challenging parts to it, or just more, I'd say challenging in the sense of like you really have to pay attention to the instructions to get this right. And then yeah, just got so many cool mechanical features like the wings adjusting, and then yeah, the subtle connections of the top door with the one pin there so it doesn't all fully stick. It's like reminiscent of Lego Classic Space in a way. It's got some cool angular builds to it to give it some shape, and probably one of the coolest stickers here. It is a sticker, but it's a really cool one. Bad Batch logo right there. So I'm gonna put that on. And looks really good. And man, I am keeping John Powell up late. Royal says, that's it, I'm out. Brick together. Have a great night, you guys. Thank you. Yep, and Wizards too. Imperial blue. That's a good color. That's a good way to describe it. If you're talking about this color here, Imperial blue. How fun. All right, let me get these 2 sticker pieces on here. And then we'll see. I am going way over time here, but it's just fun chatting with all you guys here. And got Bricky Master Lloyd, if I said that right. That's so fun. Joining us tonight. And Brick Together bringing in the cool news about the Sagrada Familia. Love it. So very fun. I'll have to tell my kids about that. They will love the fact that there might be the Sagrada Familia Lego set, architecture set, which I actually like that better. I don't know how it would be as just a traditional Legos or like Lego set with like a playable Lego set. That wouldn't work. Architecture and a substantial architecture set at that. If it's at 12,000 pieces, it's going to be done well, I think. I would hope. I have some pretty good faith. These Lego designers are pretty amazing with those architecture sets. And that Roman Colosseum looked really good. That would be, you could have a pretty decent room collection of just some of those big architecture sets. That, if I had the Titanic, Eiffel Tower, I'm not interested in, but it's fun that Lego did that design. There we go. That looks cool. All right, you guys, I'm gonna sign off as well. Good night to everyone. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining. Thanks for subscribing. A couple new folks joined the channel, and really appreciate John Powell and Tommy Bricks for being here, for being mods. John Powell for being here for the duration. Thank you guys. Thanks for all the likes. Have a good evening, everyone. Justin,